Does anybody see the bubbles? Fuck it. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Cleaver, Colin Andrew, and I am here tonight with an awesome panel for Where's the Beef, episode 7, Elimination Chamber. I got the bearded bastard, Jon Shartzer, the Holiday Chris Mace, and Massachusetts' finest, Gary Joe. How's it going, boys?
Going good.
Fantastic. Quite well, man.
Good to hear. Thanks for joining me. Chris Mace, I've decided you need to grow a beard.
I was just thinking that too.
You know what I mean? But so we're going to start tonight's Where's the Beef, because there's a lot of it with Elimination Chamber 2020. The event kicks off with the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, against Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. This match was a last-minute match. No one had it on our predictions charts because we are ahead of the curve and do our shit beforehand. Real quick, guys, these last-minute announcements for matches, like, what's your take on them real quick? Like, within 24 hours of the show, it should be finalized. My opinion.
They always announce one last match the day of, like, for some reason, either you would think they would have their pre-show lined out also so that people who don't watch it would know what they're getting into, but they don't. They just last minute, oh, who are these guys? I don't know. But it's annoying for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it worked back in the day when you had the pay-per-views and you had the free-for-all, which was only 30 minutes. They didn't announce that match sometimes. That worked back then. It gets you excited for the pay-per-view. You already knew every match. You were ready to go. There's sometimes they wait, like I think it was Hell in a Cell or something like that, where they waited and announced 4 other matches like the day of. It gets to be stupid at times. If you want people to invest in these shows and watch these shows, especially if the rumors are true and you're going to move all your major pay-per-views to a different streaming service so people actually have to pay full price for these shows, you want to make sure you announce your cards week ahead of time so you people know what they're investing their money in and buying.
But it usually falls between or after, like, a Blood Money show, too. Like, they end up having to throw the Blood Money show together, and then they have a week or two for the next pay-per-view, and they're like, like this time they actually paid off stuff at Blood Money, so they had to start new stuff. And it's like, you should have had that figured out ahead of time. You should be scrambling for something. Even 2 weeks, you shouldn't even be scrambling.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I personally agree, guys. I mean, seriously, like, especially with this pre-show match, it's very random, of course. I mean, seriously, Ryder and Hawkins against War Raiders is just what I'm going to call them anyway. And what was that one pay-per-view that we had earlier in the year, and there was only 3-4 matches, and then eventually they added on later that day.
I'm pretty sure that was Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I remember now it was. I did one prediction video, then I had to go back and, we actually predicted on matches that were rumored. Then they announced them the day of, hours before the show started, the other matches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And here's another thing about these pre-show matches. Shout out to Noah Foster. If you're going to stream them on YouTube, if you're going to stream them on Facebook, wouldn't you want stuff advertised so if people see what's going on that aren't subscribers, hey, let's give them a fucking killer match. They know what they're looking forward to. They know what they're getting, and let's try to draw them in. You know what I mean?
Get hyped up for it.
Exactly. Like
in the stadium.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember I went to SummerSlam 1996 here at the Gund Arena, and now it's the Rocket Mortgage Field House. I don't fucking know. It's the Gund Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. And that night, Shawn Michaels defended his title against Vader in an awesome match that was restarted twice, and the first ever Boiler Room brawl between The Undertaker and Mankind. There was pre-show matches that night. They weren't advertising stuff, but this was before all the technology. But it was an amazing match. I'm pretty sure it was Jake Roberts versus Steve Austin. If memory serves me right. It's been a long time. But, almost 25 years. But, hey, It is what it is. That's the thing about these pre-show matches, that it kills me because it doesn't draw anyone in. And if they're going to be moving these pay-per-views over to ESPN Plus or Extra or whatever it is, and we got to pay for that subscription, then $60 a month or $60 per pay-per-view, how many subscribers are they going to lose? Because if I have to pay $60 for Mania, I'll tell you what, folks, I ain't watching it. Well, I'll watch it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, pirate, because fuck you.
Right.
But besides that, but let's break down this match real quick. We have, again, the Viking Raiders versus Hawkins and Ryder. Nothing to fucking write home about because it's Hawkins and Ryder against Hanson and Rowe. I mean, it's Gary, what's your takes on this, man?
It felt complete dog shit to me. I mean, seriously, this team, the Viking Experience, they were going into the final round, or was it? I don't remember if it was a tournament at the last Saudi show for like the world's greatest tag team in the world or whatever.
It was
And
Jewel.
right. And seriously, you're putting these guys on the pre-show against two jobbers, and again, man, it just felt very pointless to put these guys in there. And to me, War Raiders are going to soon to be, honestly, a jobbing tag team. Go back down where you really deserve to get all the credit in the world, and we already know where that is. It was just horrible stuff. So, but that's just my opinion. I don't know what the hell they're going to do from War Raiders from here. And
yeah, I don't know what they're going to do either, because they are not a WWE grown talent, and as long as Vince McMahon is in charge, he's not going to put over 100% non-WWE grown talent. So, John, how do you feel on it?
That last point made a very valid point, because Vince McMahon said he loves his homegrowns. So you're true.
Who
about
doesn't
that.
love homegrown?
Watched this match, honestly, I heard about it like right before the pre-show started. I was like, oh, the War Raiders are going to fight, Hawkins and Ryder. Okay, I have my little like predictions paper with my kids and my fiance and my brother. We all do a predictions thing. And I was just like, so everybody's got War Raiders, right? Yep, okay. Boom, 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 boom. It was obvious. And then I got to making dinner and then didn't watch it because I knew it was going to happen already. And it sucks because, like Gary said, they're ruining the War Raiders. They're ruining them, and because Vince McMahon has his idea set of who he likes, who he wants to push, and doesn't know how to book for shit, and neither does any of them. Paul Heyman makes stuff, I guess, more interesting as far as the entertainment-wise goes, but booking is still shit. So it just sucks for them.
Chris Mace, what's up, buddy?
This was a waste of a match on the pre-show. You already knew who was going to win. There was no suspension of disbelief on who was going to win or anything. And like I said, if you're not going to do anything with the War Raiders, which is what they should be fucking called, folks, if you're not going to do anything with the War Raiders on Raw, they've already won the tag titles. You're not putting them back on them anytime soon. Either move them to SmackDown or move them to NXT UK and give them a new challenge for a new set of belts. Do something different with them, because if you keep putting them with the Messiah and everybody else and AOPP that nobody has cared about since before they got injured, like I said, just do something different with them. Stop wasting their talents on a pre-show. Just because they're not homegrown doesn't mean they're not a damn good tag team.
Very true. Very true. See, it's the draft should be coming up soon then, right? WrestleMania season's here. So in the next, I don't know, I say within the next 90 days, we're probably going to get a draft.
Well, we just did that in October, though, when they went to Fox.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot all that shit switched. Good call. Good call.
They had a season premiere, so
that's right.
They start doing them in the fall now, maybe closer to like Survivor Series.
Maybe, yeah. Good call. Good call. Yeah, I don't know what they should do for Hanson, Eric, Wright, whatever you want to call them now. I don't even know. You got Hanson, you got Rowe, you got Eric, you got Ivar, you got the War Viking Raider experience. I don't even know. But I don't know what to do with them next. But obviously, they didn't so far down the ladder that they lost to Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. So at least they're a little bit above. But moving on to the first opening match is Daniel Bryan defeating Drew Gulak by submission. I thought this match was good, but very slow paced. I would much rather see Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak as a tag team at this point because they would be unstoppable in my opinion. But Chris Mace, I want to hear your opinion on this match.
Good old school cruiserweight style matchup. You start with a slow pace and build up and build it and build it and build it. Like I said, good. I mean, it paid off the story to some degree because Gulak kept saying, "I know how to fight your weaknesses. I know how to fight your weaknesses." He kept trying to reverse out of stuff. It was a good back and forth match. It still made Gulak look strong. You can put somebody in a submission hold, they don't pass out, and you can make them look weak as shit here. But Gulak was hanging in there with them toe for toe for majority of the match. Him not tapping out but passing out because of pain still made him look strong even in defeat, and Daniel Bryan acknowledging him after the match. That made it interesting as well. Like I said, I can actually agree with you on that point. They should become a tag team. I think that would be a great way to go. If you're not going to put them in another singles match later down the road, put them as a tag team.
John.
I enjoyed the match, actually. Like I said, I kind of enjoyed the slower pace, and then, like I said, I picked up. And to go to his point about passing out and looking strong versus looking weak, I think it was Liv Morgan got choked out, in the women's match, looked weak while doing it, when she passed out. Not to spoil what's coming up, and then Gulak passes out and doesn't look weak while doing it. Like I said, because of how contested the match was, and then I like how he did the little surfboard on Daniel Bryan. That was, little
executed beautifully.
Right, exactly. So I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought they were going to go for one more, but, the tag team thing looks like it's probably what's going to happen.
Especially with the acknowledgement of respect at the end. Granted, yes, Daniel Bryan is a stand-up guy, but this is Gulak's hometown. And to do that, yes, he lost in his hometown, but I feel like he won in his hometown because of what Daniel did after match. Plugged after match wrestling. Gary, what's up? How you feel on his opening match?
I will say this. With the wardrobe malfunction, this match was balls to the wall. I actually thought this was pretty good, personally. If you like old-fashioned technical wrestling, this is it for you. Colin, you and I was discussing how we grew up really watching wrestling, about the WCW days and all that stuff. And, I was getting the feel of some good old Smash Mouth wrestling with this match. And, I agree with John, and made Drew look phenomenal in this match. I'm a part of a predictions league, as you know, Colin. And I almost picked Gulak, And
I was this close myself.
Yeah, I was pretty close. So, but yeah, great show. Good opener to the show. I didn't have my doubts with this match because some non-WWE fanboys out there, whatever, they can criticize Drew Gulak all they want, but his gimmick is so good. Good storytelling in the match a little bit too, and WWE hasn't done that in a while.
Yeah,
Oh.
That dump on Daniel's head, man, from that suplex.
Yeah,
like with his history and stuff, I was a little worried for him. I'm not gonna lie. But John, what were you saying, buddy?
I don't know if you guys ever listened to Busted Open or not, but Bully Ray always
I've
says.
been on there. I've been on Busted Open.
Me and him been on there.
He says Bully Ray always liked to say, he would say that Daniel Bryan went over, Drew Gulak got over. It's a perfect example.
Listen, so I know Sirius XM channel 156, ladies and gentlemen, from 9 a.m. Eastern to 12 Eastern, Monday through Friday, and then from 9 Eastern to 11 on Saturdays. Boom. quick plug, cheap pop, Dave LaGreca. So we got the second match of the evening. We got Andrade Flair defending his United States Championship against Humberto Carrillo. And the reason I say Andrade Flair is because the only reason he has held on to this United States Championship, because he defeated Humberto, is because he is banging and marrying Charlotte Flair. That's the only reason. If this was anybody else, that title would be fucking off. So, way to go, WWE. I'm going to start with John on this one. John, what were your thoughts on this match?
Typical. I mean, I feel like we've been watching this between these guys and Ray and Garza. It seems like we've been watching this for the last 6 months. And, you know, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the lucha style and all that stuff, but I'm over it. There's nothing they can really do anymore. You knew when he pulled up the matting on the side of the ring, you knew he wasn't going to hit the DDT on him. You know, it's just kind of same old shit we've been seeing and ready to move on. And like you said, you know, Andrade, if anybody else, you know, if he, with that suspension, that's the reason why I picked Andrade, because if they let him go through 30-day suspension to keep the belt, there's no way he's going to come back and drop it right then and there.
Hey, do you guys remember when we used to have to defend championships within 30 days or getting suspended?
Yep.
Pepperidge Farm does remember. But oh, God. Chris Mace, what were your thoughts on Mr. Flair and Carrillo?
Well, Mr. Flair, like I said, he kept his U.S. title when he should have been stripped of it after 30 days because of the fact that when Rey Mysterio violated for the same wellness policy and got 60-day suspension, they held off his suspension until he dropped it on SmackDown to John Morrison. That's what gave John Morrison the second reign as Intercontinental Champion. Therefore, I don't understand the logic here. The only reason I can think of, because he's banging Charlotte Flair. So, anyways, this match, we've seen it so many times now. There's nothing they haven't pulled off that's new or exciting at this point. I think Humberto needs to go back to 205 Live. They were building him up correctly, getting him to the point where he was about to win the Cruiserweight Championship. Then they decided, let's move him to Raw. Screw that shit. And we see what he's doing with him right now.
Gary, the other night I was on your live stream for pre-show and post-show. You obviously knew my opinions from what was read out loud, but I want to hear yours again. I know them, but I want to hear them again, man. Let me fucking hear it.
All right, so this is the start of a great review. So, yeah, I mean, like, literally, I was thinking, okay, this is the fucking time to actually give Humberto the title, because as we are all thinking here, 30-day policy, history's proven, okay, the title's off the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously that wasn't the case here, so I wonder if, you know, Andrade possibly had some tequila shots with Vince before this match got even started. I memean, seriously, like, I mean, Humberto has so much talent, man. And just that's what really fucking blows. And it just blows my mind how he keeps, you know, just keeps ruining this guy. I mean, now who's going to be next in line for Andrade? Personally, I like Angel Garza, but that's probably going to happen. But
go
ahead.
I get you, man. Like, so I'm just going to throw it out there. I love Humberto's theme song. That shit is catchy as fuck. But I actually thought that either Garza or Vega was going to cost Andrade the championship, and that would set up into something between those two. Like, who's Selena going to, you know, pick? She's been with Andrade forever, and now she's with Garza. You know, or is there going to be a shift in management here? Like, what's up? But obviously that didn't play out, so... Moving on to the Elimination Chamber match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, we saw The Miz and John Morrison retaining over the New Day's Big E and Kofi Kingston, the Usos, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, and Rudolph. There were some really cool spots in this match, I thought. I thought with who's the little fucker from Lucha House Party?
Dorado.
Dorado. Yeah, Lindsay Dorado. When he climbed the part of the chamber and then went to the top and did the moonsault off, I wish that camera would have not panned to him for that second that it did, because it's like, oh yeah, this is coming. We saw a really, no pun intended, big spot with Otis, and I thought this was probably the better match of the night, to be honest with you guys. We've seen awesome chemistry between the Usos and the New Day. Lucha House Party, I mean, I don't know why I did not pick them to get eliminated first. I picked Heavy Machinery to get eliminated first because I figured that we were going to have a little showdown after Friday's shenanigans with Rudolph and Heavy Machinery, like smashing the cell and just beating them down. Honestly, that's what I thought. I thought Tucky would literally Irish whip Otis into that chamber, break that shit down, and it would have just been a brawl as soon as Heavy Machinery got in the match, and then something would have happened, and boom, Heavy Machinery out. But I want to start with John on this one. And I mean, obviously, we had two picks for this, and obviously I picked right. This was 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
I did guess Morrison and Miz to retain on this, just because they just got the titles back in Saudi Arabia at Blood Money 5. And yeah, John, what were your perspectives on this? What did you like? What did you not like? If you want to go in more depth about that Otis spot, go for it. I don't care.
I picked Miz and Morrison also, like I said, because they just won the title, so it made no sense for him to lose it. I missed more of this match than I really would have liked to, because it was a pretty damn good match from everything that I saw. The Tucker spot, where he did the flip, off the top of the cell and everybody was cool. Whenever Lindsay Dorado did that moonsault, I texted my brother and I was like, wait a minute, is Lindsay Dorado Juventud Guerrera? And I think he might be the same fucking guy. I don't know. It's crazy. But I don't know. Maybe that's kind of racist. Mexican guy, big bunch of hair. I don't know. My bad. But anyway, some cool spots. I like what they're doing still with Heavy Machinery and Dolph Ziggler and that whole thing. I don't know why, but I enjoy it. But again, I missed a bunch of it, unfortunately. So I'm not going to lie and bullshit my way through it. What I saw was cool. I got the correct pick, so.
That's all that matters, man.
Right.
Gary?
I still for the rest of my picks.
Yeah. For once, I applaud WWE for, a job well done, including everyone in the match. I am really happy for that. Otis' spot, yeah, it was something we never seen before in the chamber match. That was pretty cool.
Can you hang on a second? Correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, but wasn't the back of the pod, didn't that used to be the cargo chain net?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so they changed the design this year just for that fat ass to fly out of the ring. Continue.
But again, it was a cool moment. I mean, we got the shit chant, and I really liked that. And even John said it. Tucker going off the pod, doing his little acrobatic move. That was cool to see. The Lindsay Dorado thing was, yeah, and just everyone had a good spot in this match, and really, like when Lucha, when the Luchas got added to it, I'm thinking, okay, we all know they're going to be first eliminated, which they were. But to me, they were my superstars of the night, in my opinion, because they showed a lot of promise, which they will never hold those tag titles regardless. But overall, I liked it. So nothing to shit on about this match at all.
Holiday.
this is one of those matches where I feel like, yes, it was an awesome match to a lot of degrees, but some things I would have changed differently. I think when Otis went through that spot, I think he should have ended up tackling Dolph and putting Dolph through there. That way there's a reason now because, there's more suspense. And, okay, now Otis has been pissed off. He finally got a hold of Ziggler just for a minute and was able just to take him out. Then you have the interaction with Rude and everything like that, and then they both go out there to go look at them, what's going on, then they start fighting that way. Those teams are both eliminated because the way they did it with Otis going out there, then Heavy Machinery's team's gone shortly afterwards, then you immediately eliminate pretty much Rude and Ziggler afterwards. It was like, okay, so you were just there for that, and that was it. You're done. Why? I think they should have just both that hit their partners Rude should have gone out there and see what was going on. Then they could have had a brawl because of all that. Then that would eliminate both them and then continue to go with the match. The right team won. You're not going to take the titles off Miz and Morrison after they just won it at Blood Money 5,280, as I call it at this point. So it's just one of those things. Like the match itself was great. That's my only critique. I would have done something different with that spot.
I agree with you, man. There could have been a whole other outcome between Otis just falling out of the ring. And what? Was he unmedically able to compete? I mean, you went through a piece of plexiglass and fell 4 feet, in retrospect. You know what I mean? Like, are you really that out? Like Big E jumping all over your ass earlier didn't put you out, but falling 4 feet? I mean, and why did Tucker have to leave? If you think about it, he wasn't pinned. Why'd Tucker have to leave? Why didn't they make this a strongman competition? Like, oh shit, that just fired Tucker up, and he eliminated Lucha House Party before that spot happened, or after that spot happened. Sorry, waited for that elimination to happen, and then eliminated Rudolph in pissed offness. And you know what I mean? They could have made it a little bit more, but.
Or had Mandy Rose come down there to check on Otis or something where I go, oh my God, this has happened, and had her run to continue the story here. You didn't have her do
get
that.
it at Mania. Get Otis versus Ziggy at Mania. Mandy Rose on a pole match.
Or Ziggler had come out of the pod after that happened. Ziggler would have come out and started beating him down. Even if that left spot alone, had Ziggler go out there and keep beating him down, then Mandy comes out there and says, that's enough, stop this, and then all that other stuff. And then Tucker and Rude come down there, then they're both out of it. They could have done something to involve Mandy Rose after that spot happened. They missed out that opportunity there to continue that story.
Mm-hmm. I thought for sure they were going to bring in weapons when he went through that plexiglass. I was like, here we go. At least throw in some chairs or something. Now that we have an entrance into the chamber.
Yeah, that would have been interesting, too.
True. And they didn't, and I was pissed. I was so let down. I thought for sure that was going to happen.
Damn PG shit.
NXT would have done it.
But speaking of weapons, moving on to our next match, we have a no disqualification match with Aleister Black defeating AJ Styles, accompanied by Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. We saw shenanigans in this match, obviously. I mean, you got a 3-on-1 scenario. We got a big black gong, and we got AJ Styles eating that loss that he gave Aleister on Monday at the hands of The Undertaker. Gary, I'm going to start with you on this match, and I'll give my thoughts at the end.
To be honest with you, I liked one thing about this match is, it gave Black some credibility, now it's great, beating one of the best in the game of AJ. But I don't like the fact that, nothing against Undertaker. I understand this is building for Mania, but come on, man. Aaron said it best when he was doing his review for the Chamber. Taker could barely lift AJ. And this does not make me excited about WrestleMania, to be honest with you, for their match. The way it's signed off for this match, it should now be possibly Black and Taker against, AJ and one of the OC. Or just even a handicap match, because what the hell. I mean, don't get me wrong, the match was good to a degree, but I don't know. I mean, it was just I was not really invested with the match because it was just highly predictable what was going to happen.
If they are going to do a tag match, I see Kane being brought into this.
Yeah.
And doing a 6-man with it. But Chris Mace, what were your opinions on this match, and what did you think of the outcome?
Monday Night Raw beforehand, before they set this up, that was dumb babyface syndrome there with Aleister Black. Because, he's allowing him to go, oh, no, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Okay. Go into this match. That's a dumb fuck heel syndrome here. Okay, you in the matchup to me, you got a no disqualification match. You got the OC stand. You got Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows standing right over there at ringside. At any point, though, okay, you let AJ Styles get put through the table. You allowed all this shit to happen. Why didn't you interfere earlier in the match? Well, I mean, you let this go on. This is like dumb fuck heel syndrome here. Like, what the fuck am I watching here? Because if I was a heel and I'm in the corners, no disqualification, I'm going to go ahead and attack them. They could have shaved some time off this. If you're not going to have a straight up match and let these two guys go out there and perform to the best of their ability and tell a fucking story, then if you're doing this stipulation mainly just for the fact that the Undertaker can show up, give a choke slam, and then so Black can hit the black mask on you, to me, it's like going, I'd rather see Black and AJ Styles than Black win it on his own. I understand storytelling with Undertaker because he's mocking the Undertaker, but it's like, can you do that after the match? Maybe Black beat him, like even if it no disqualification, maybe he was just able to hit that black mask at the right moment, 1, 2, 3, then OC come down, then the Undertaker shows up. Because it does to me, it's like Black only won because the Undertaker came in and saved you. And it does weaken him to me a little bit because of that.
But it doesn't at the same time because it was, again, 3-on-1. So, Mr. Schertzer.
He just kind of took my thing here, Holiday. He said, you'd rather see, just a regular one-on-one. Because like I said, when you heard there's an ODQ match, you knew Taker's going to get involved. It's the only reason they did it that way. Mm-hmm. And then, let's say, I would have much rather saw just a regular one-on-one match because those two would have tore the fucking house down, had a match of the night, if they could just go in there and just work. But the shenanigans happened. Like I said, even if you're going to have Taker come out, maybe they just, turn the lights out and the gong goes off or whatever. Maybe Taker doesn't come out at all. Or maybe Taker's just standing at the top of the ramp. He doesn't actually have to touch AJ, distracts him enough to catch Black Mass 1, 2, 3. Even that way, at least it's, Taker's there, he's showing up, and, the point is made, and Aleister Black still gets him clean. But Taker coming out delivering a half-ass choke slam, like Gary said, didn't make me excited for WrestleMania at all. You could barely lift him up. And
yeah. Taker didn't even need to show up. That gong needed to hit, those lights needed to go out for a second, and then the purple hue through the arena for like 4 seconds, just enough, and then flash, mass, 1, 2, 3. Taker didn't even need to show. All they needed was the light effect and the gong. That's it.
One of the things that they should have done here is actually make Black look stronger. You know what I mean? Like, why the hell does he need an assist with the Undertaker? I mean, come on. I do agree with the clean finish. It just should have been a clean finish, even if there was, like Colin's saying, do the gong, the lighting, boom, here we go. You don't need this assistance with the Undertaker because people is just going to be more excited about the Undertaker and not Black picking up the victory. That's just my opinion.
Especially after eating his first loss on Monday. Granted, it was 3 matches, whatever. But moving on to the Raw Tag Team Championships, you had the Street Profits. Those guys, they bring the swag like nobody can. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not, but Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford defending against Seth Rollins and he's not your buddy guy, Murphy. Street Profits picked up the win via interference from Kevin Owens and some delicious-looking popcorn. Obviously, if you're going to put the titles on a team like Street Profits, the Monday before. So 6 days beforehand, you're not going to have them drop the titles this soon. If you did, send them back to NXT. I know Paul Heyman's a huge Street Profits fan, but if you're going to pull them up and dick them like that, send them right back to fucking NXT. That's my opinion on it. I thought this match was good. It could have been better, but this little stable, this Monday Night Messiah stable, is kind of getting stale on me already. And I like the fact that Buddy Murphy is actually finally getting to do something, because I think as a talent, he's worth it. I don't like the fact that Seth Rollins thinks he's God, because it's fucking annoying, and I know he's an atheist, so it doesn't even make any sense. But Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford are money, especially Montez Ford. That dude has so much charisma and athleticism. It is stupid. He needs to pass a little bit off to Dawkins, but I love all right. We all know I'm a stoner. I'm a late night toker. But when he does this thing, dude, I love it, because he gets it, because I just know it. You know what I mean? I'm not dumb. Like, I might not, I know I ain't past the bar, but I know a little bit, and I know you won't illegally search my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know enough to get by, but I ain't no fucking genius. I'm a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And I'm going to start with Chris Mace. What was your opinion on this tag team match, and did they do things right with this?
I always love the Street Profits. I think they're a phenomenal tag team. I love the interaction. I'm glad they stopped doing the comedy skits on Raw more, and they're actually in the ring having wrestling matches. Like I said, I like the match. Like I said, we already saw it. Like I said, they had that crowning moment on Raw. So to me, I would have kind of maybe waited on it, like do that thing after Blood Money 5,280, and then have them challenge and do this last chance ever to get a shot of them at this event, because I think it would have been more meaningful than winning the titles there than on Raw. But other than that, like I said, this match itself, I love the match. We already know we're getting Owens versus Rollins at WrestleMania. That's the build-up they're doing. They've been doing this for a while now. So, but it was kind of comical. I was just coming out there nonchalant, like, yeah, fuck y'all, eat this popcorn. Yeah, whatever. Hey, what's going on here? Fuck you, take some popcorn. Let me fucking eat this.
He better have had extra butter. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, put some extra butter on that. Just dump it on his head. Fuck you. Here's some butter too.
Pop. Gary, what was your opinions on this match, my friend?
I absolutely loved it. I really do, and I will say right off the bat though, where the hell did Kevin Owens get that big box of popcorn, man? Because damn, that was cool. But anyway,
I wonder if he had to pay for it. You know what I mean? You never know.
No Vince, probably.
Right.
But yeah.
Your ass doesn't need popcorn, but it's such good shit.
Maybe you just have to smoke before the interference happens. So
we want the smoke.
So yeah, man. Like I said, the match overall was great. Made Street Profits in a way look good, which is the right thing to do. And if they would have pulled that trigger very sudden with them dropping the titles, I would have been really pissed. Because Street Profits has been my number one team since the NXT days with them in there. And, I do agree what Chris said, I mean, now that they're off from the little comedy skits to the little comedy skit in the ring, and that's what Ford does for me, which makes it very, very entertaining. Absolute gold for me. I'd like the build-up with the Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins during the match as well. But yeah, I do agree with you with the Monday Night Messiah there, Colin. It's just so annoying. Very.
Like, I know it's a jab at the inner circle. We're not dumb. Like, we know Chris Jericho. Like, the one thing I'll give AEW is the inner circle is working. But besides that, this is not an AEW thing. I just wanted to bring that up real quick because it's an obvious jab to it. Mr. Jon Shartzer, how did you feel on this match, my friend?
So I picked this match to be the match of the night. I just thought between, obviously Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy could work. I thought they would do everything they could to put Montez Ford over. Because like you said, Montez Ford is a fucking star. That dude has everything you need to be a star. He's got the charisma, everything he has. And so I thought Hayes would come out tonight looking like, the man tonight. So I was really excited for the match. It was a good match, but it wasn't as good as I think it could have been considering everybody involved. And then like I said, and plus you already know that they're not going to drop it. They're building up Rollins versus Kevin Owens. So again, the result to me was going to be pretty obvious. So overall, I won't say I was disappointed in the match, but I'll just say that it could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, man. Like, I agree with what the Holiday said about the Street Profits picking up the titles at this pay-per-view instead of Monday Night Raw, but at the same time, I guess they're trying to get those ratings up because they're, not the best. So
2.1 rating last night, Colin.
Yeah, it wasn't. And last night on Aaron Riff's NoDQ.com, check them out.
Mm-hmm.
On that live stream, I gave it a B+. No, it was a solid B.
Yep.
Solid B. Sorry. That's the highest grade I've given Raw in what? Chris is there all the time. What, 3-4 weeks at least?
Oh, yeah, longer than that,
You know
I
what I
think.
mean? It's been a long time. Normally it's D for dog shit. But, I really enjoyed it. But I don't know. We have 2 more matches on this card, and I don't think we're really going to touch Monday Night Raw because we're almost at an hour. But we're going to move on to the Intercontinental Championship match. We have Braun Strowman defending his title against Shinsuke Nakamura. Sami Zayn and Cesaro. And this was a shock factor because I really thought Braun Strowman, which I believe every single person from Team No DQ and Team Aftermatch / Team NXT picked Braun Strowman to win this match. Yeah. I never saw the final graph for the NXT deal, but I did see the No DQ one because I run the Aftermatch Instagram page and I get tagged and all that stuff. But every single person, I believe, picked Braun Strowman to win this match, and I was never like, if I had to pick one person, all right, cool, I would pick Shinsuke to win the match, and then maybe we would get Shinsuke versus Sami Zayn 2 from TakeOver Dallas at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship, because we've had Sami Zayn and Shinsuke paired up for how many months now? I was not expecting Sami Zayn to take the championship whatsoever. And I'm just going to say it out loud. I hate that fucking championship. That title design, I fucking hate it. It is on the lines with the 24/7 championship. It's generic. It is basic. They could have taken the classic from when we were all kids, the greats like the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Bret Hart, Steve Austin, Owen Hart, that classic title that Cody Rhodes, Razor Ramon, Ayo. But anyways, they could have taken that design, turned that strap white again, because the only white straps, in my opinion, should be for the female division. I feel the NXT Championship should be a white strap. I honestly think it would look bitchin' with a white strap. But anyways, they should have made it back to black and called it a day. This new design is dog shit. I thought the match was very boring, in my opinion. Sami Zayn looked homeless as fuck. And Jon Shartzer, take it away, my friend.
So it's funny because, like I said, everybody that I've talked to, everybody picked Braun Strowman. I said because he just won the title. But I did say in our prediction video the other night that if Braun Strowman didn't win, it would be cool if it were Sami Zayn because, like you said a minute ago, because I said, they can build that Sami Zayn and Shinsuke takeover Dallas, rematch for Mania, which would be awesome if that's what happens, but it won't be the same match. First off, the crowd for that takeover match was stupid, just going bananas, so that helps. But they won't be able to have that same kind of match in WWE. But if they could even have something resembling that, I'm okay with this happening. I do feel like Braun got fucked. I hate it for him. But, they couldn't just have Sami take the belt from Shinsuke. So Braun had to be a transitional champion. Now Sami gets it. Now maybe, like I said, they build that rivalry, bitterness there. And then that's the story going forward.
Okay. Holiday?
Here's the issue. Everybody picked the Monster Among Men to retain the title. Had they fucking announced that this match was going to be where it could be any one of three men that pinned the Monster Among Men can become Intercontinental Champion, that may have been changing everybody's opinion. They did not announce that was the stipulation. They just said it was 3-on-1. So as far as we understood, that whoever got the pin, Nakamura was regaining the championship. It didn't especially say, well, if Cesaro or Sami Zayn got the pin. So that's why a lot of people, I think we all were in agreement that the Monster Among Men was winning. If they had made that stipulation a little bit more clear, like they did back at King of the Ring 2000 when they did that WWE Championship match and all 6 men, whoever got the pin won the title. Something like that. They could have made it more specific, but they didn't. Match itself was okay. Sami Zayn winning was kind of shocking, but what my fear is to me now is that Sami Zayn kept saying the whole time, he's never got his hands on me. He hasn't touched one of my pretty little hairs. He hasn't got a hold of me. I'm afraid they're going to set this rematch up at WrestleMania, and the Monster is going to destroy his ass and get his title back. I think that's where they're going because Sami Zayn foreshadowed, he's never been able to get a hold of me. He ain't touched me. He ain't got a hold of me yet.
It's better than teaming with Jack Cohn's kid, but Gary?
Yep, it's true.
3 words for you. Fuck you, Vince. Let that note carry on for the night, because, seriously, what the hell are they trying to fucking prove here? Seriously, Braun just won his first ever singles title on a meaningful SmackDown, which I kind of liked. I'm a big Braun Strowman guy, which is why I got the beard here. But damn it, seriously.
I'm just lazy.
Well, dude, I could be like that sometimes because of my fucking job. That kills me. But yeah, dude, it's just, it feels like they're always going to drop the ball with Strowman, even when he had those, 6 title opportunities for the world title. Seriously. It just, again, this just leads to really shitty writing, and this is why my saving grace all the time is NXT for WWE. Because, man, they really can't do shit like this because it really turns the audience off, and this is a good example. Seriously, Chris, I totally agree with what he said. They should have announced that little stipulation besides the 3-on-1. Then possibly my predictions for my page would have been a little bit different too, but Sami Zayn, really, I like the fact that he's finally got a title after this whole time being on the main roster. I do dig that. I don't mind that part, but complete bullshit. Braun should have still stayed champ. But whatever.
Yep. So the main event in the most unpointless match of the night, because Shayna and Becky has been planted for how many weeks now? Ever since the bite, we have Shayna Baszler defeating Natalya, Liv Morgan, Asuka, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan in an Elimination Chamber match. She beat all 5 of them bitches. I get this was done to put over Shayna as a monster, as a credible challenger, an ungodly credible challenger to Becky at WrestleMania. And I am so ready for Shayna to beat the dog shit out of Becky, who has been Raw Women's Champion since last WrestleMania. I am fucking ready. I am so over Becky Lynch. The Queen of Spades is going to whoop that ass, as Bianca Belair would say. And this match was pointless. I get why they did it. We saw Shayna Baszler tap out Asuka. Have you guys ever seen? Beside what did she tap out to Charlotte Flair?
She tapped out to Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's correct. But shit, guys. Like, oh God, I'm gonna start with Johnny on this one.
So, like you said, it was obvious who was going to win. We knew Shayna was going to win. But, come on. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I get trying to make her look strong. I get that. First off, all of her chokes or carried with a clutch or whatever, they look weak. None of them look good in this match to me. Not a single one. Or even
It's just like a fucking headlock.
Right. It's just like not even a fucking rear naked choke. It's like a basic ass sleeper hold. So anyway, I'm not a fan. But I do love Shayna Baszler, and that's why I'm so pissed off how they're booking this. How they're gonna fuck this up and make everybody hate her for the wrong reasons. Not because she's a heel, but because they're just booking her to be the Fiend in female form or whatever, just indestructible or whatever. And so that part pisses me off. And I thought the end of it was with Asuka, that, leading up to her, she's arguing in the cage. That was cool. But, like, once they actually got at it, that could have been so much better. They could have made Asuka look better. They hold Asuka out. This match just pissed me off, man.
Oh, I agree with you, man. Gary, how do you feel on it, buddy?
Well, I'm just going to play something really quick. It will be 15 seconds. Loved Shayna winning the match, though. I will get that out of the way. But here's what I thought of the match. Yeah. I hated the fact that she just completely dominated this match. You got Asuka in there, which I love. And you make her look like a piece of shit, and she's one of these, women tag team champions. Like, really? You made her look like a bitch.
Just another victim, man.
Yeah. We had, forgive me. What's her name there? The blonde-headed...
Liv?
Yeah, Liv Morgan.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I love Liv Morgan and that sweet ass, but sorry. I know. But
motorboat and son of a bitch. Just...
Thank you, Vince. I really appreciate that, Vince. Vince Vaughn, that is. But I was worried about her possibly concussion symptoms too.
Yeah, true.
Whatever the hell that was, just a choke out to fucking Natalia even got demolished in that. Wonder what Ronda Rousey thinks now, right? But the thing that really pissed me off, and me and Colin was discussing about this, Ronda Rousey should have came in during that match, attacked somebody from the Riot Squad, and there we go. Colin said it best, that they really need to get that, that really good, unexpected, feel-good moment before Mania. I really missed the times where you never would know what the hell would happen for their build-ups for WrestleMania back in the day. And, it just... I don't know, but like I said, I like the fact that Shayna won this, but seriously, just the match was a complete waste of time. I mean, not much to say about it. I fucking hated it, period. But again, I'm hoping Shayna does win the title from boring-ass Becky because it's time. Is it going to happen? Yes, I agree with you, fellas. But something tells me, I don't know, Seth Rollins is somewhat the golden boy for WWE, so think about that for a minute.
Before I let Chris go real quick, I want to touch on one thing real quick, and it's the predictability factor, like you said. I know you and I have discussed, like, when I sit here and watch this stuff with my fiance and my son, I call what's going to happen 30, 40, 50, a minute and a half beforehand. Like, oh, yep, he's going to grab this, hit this, boom, boom, boom. If I had a fucking nickel, my friends, if I had a nickel anymore running in to WrestleMania season, especially this year, it hasn't been announced yet, but we're all know we're going to get Edge versus Randy Orton in some kind of crazy stipulation. No holds barred, brawl, fucking hang yourself from a pole match. I don't even care.
That hasn't been announced yet, Colin?
No.
Really?
It has not been announced yet. No.
Jeez.
But Holiday, holler at me, my friend.
They fucked this Elimination Chamber up. They could have done this a little bit differently. The obvious answer is first. Here's my rant first. If you're not going to put an Elimination Chamber match, even though we knew Roman Reigns would have won it, they just booked the match with Goldberg versus Roman for the Universal title WrestleMania. First off, if you knew this is the angle you're going with, don't fucking book the damn match. Have Shayna Baszler face Becky after she bit her in the back of the neck. Go ahead and have it set up for WrestleMania. Simple. Nope, let's do this Elimination Chamber bullshit with some of the weakest divas and women that we have in this fucking roster and put them in there. They could have done this a little bit differently. I could have understood Baszler going there, destroying Natalya, destroyed Logan, destroyed Ruby Riott. All right, cool. They could have done something a little bit different. As soon as that happened, let it about a minute. Let her celebrate for a minute. Don't let Liv Morgan out yet. Let Asuka out. Let them have that good few-minute competitive match back and forth. Let them go back and forth. Then you have Liv Morgan come out. And then let her be the last one to come out. Then they just push her out of the way. Like, who the fuck are you? Just push her out of the way. Keep pushing her out of the way. Then you have Baszler. She goes ahead and takes her out, does that spot where it looked like she pretty much beat the shit out of her head when she did that. But then let it be some suspension of disbelief. Let it be where Asuka's got her in the Asuka lock and Shayna Baszler's trying to counter. She does that flip around, trying to counter move, and let Liv Morgan sneak in there. Let her pin Asuka. 1, 2, 3. Let it be a surprise and just for a second. Like, let it be like it was almost to the birds. Baszler was about to tap out, and then she tries to reverse it, and Liv Morgan pins Asuka. Then you leave it to Baszler just to immediately tap out Liv Morgan afterwards. Leave it down to that. But make it a competitive match for 10 to 15 minutes. Let them tear the house down and let them have a competitive match. They did it for like 5 or 6 minutes. As soon as she got the Asuka lock, and then she rolled out of there, beat the shit out of her on the cage, and then worked on the injury, and then that was it. And I believe they only did that storyline injury, so I'm not really sure if she's in or not, but if it was just a storyline, they only saved it to do this.
Yeah. This match was 21 minutes flat.
Yeah, half of that was...
So, yeah. Just going to throw it on that, and let's see. Yeah. The SmackDown match was 13 minutes longer. Aleister Black in AJ Styles was 2 minutes and 15 seconds longer. So, I mean, this match shouldn't have happened. Like Chris was saying, we knew this was getting built up, and the Universal Championship match should have been more than Roman walking out there and being like, dibs. Like, you know what I mean? That's basically what I got out of that. They obviously advertised for a men's elimination match. And I would have been upset as shit if I bought a ticket knowing that match was supposed to be happening. I mean, granted, cards subject to change, but when you literally advertise that as the only fucking thing for the event, and then tickets go on sale, and then your eyes are like, nope, typical WWE.
You know, like, no, psych, bitch, we got your money. Bye.
Yep, sorry. But with that being said, anybody have any final comments real quick before we wrap up?
Yeah, I was going to say really quick, Colin. I mean, you were saying, like, card subject to change, and people keep buying these stupid tickets to a stupid ass show. Who's ready for part-time Romania? Show of any hands, any of you cats.
The way it's
Here's my
looking,
hand
man.
for it. It's my hand. Can you see how the excitement? Oh, I'm sorry.
Vince, I got arthritis.
Really, the only thing I'm looking forward to seeing Edge and Orton, just because I'm a huge Adam Copeland fan, and I'm happy he's come back, especially after everything that happened in his career. He's 46 years old, right? And he's been retired for 11 years. 9 years, whatever it is, 9, 11, whatever.
11.
So that puts him just a couple of years older than me when he retired. I couldn't imagine that. So I'm happy for him, and Randy is Randy. He's fucking great. But besides that, and I'm semi-excited for Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, but not really. So
don't jinx it there, pal. I mean...
Yeah.
The only thing I'd be curious about is if Paige does come to SmackDown and announces she is coming back to the ring to face Bayley. That I would be intrigued about going to a WrestleMania match. That would be the only other thing I'd be intrigued back.
That or Paige is going to announce Ronda Rousey and that she's going to be the mouthpiece for Ronda Rousey.
That would make sense too.
That would
because we all know Ronda can't talk worth shit.
Nope.
So she can't talk at fucking all. But guys, I appreciate you all spending the time with me tonight to do this video. I'm going to start with John. Do you have anything you want to plug or promote to get out there to the peeps? Where can we find you, etc.?
Yes. So we're going to do my first video Thursday. Me, Colin, and Holiday. We're going to do our TakeOver Tampa predictions for the card for that. So I don't even have a fucking YouTube page made yet, but I'll get that done tomorrow. Get it all set up.
It's easy.
And then my mental health podcast, we're going to start recording next week finally also too. So that's be called My Brother's Keeper. So again, it's not made yet, but I'm getting ready to start it all. And then you can follow me on Twitter at ShartzerJon, or I guess Instagram if you want to. I don't use it, but it's Jon Shartzer. But yeah, definitely follow me on Twitter though. I'm always down to talk wrestling. So
spell that out real quick so people can get it for you real quick.
Yeah, it's a funny German name. So it's ShartzerJon. Shartzer John.
All right. Gary, where can people find you?
Yes, I would like to promote my Facebook page, Pro Wrestling Report / Wrestling Discussions. This coming Thursday, it's going to be a really good episode with me and the White Thunder Sean Bully. We will be doing a top 10 episode of fantasy matchups between WWE, NXT, and AEW. That's going to be fun. Chris is a part of this predictions group that I do for AEW, so if anybody follows them, you can definitely message me on my personal Facebook, which you can find me at Gary Joe. Good stuff. Colin, really quick, man, this has been an absolute honor, brother. I've been following your stuff for quite some time, so this was a lot of fun.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. And again, his page is fun. His reviews with all the guys, I can't remember. There's a Kyle, right?
Yep, Kyle.
There's a Kyle. I know Sean. Who's the champion right now? He just filmed.
Jeff.
Jeff, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're Jeff Chadwick, right?
You got it, buddy.
Yes, we are friends on Facebook too. Sometimes it takes me a minute. This stuff is fun. Like I said, I was on their pre-show and their post-show before I went to No DQ, and it was just a good time. So definitely chime in. And this is my first time working with Gary, and thank you again so much. And I hope we can do this again in the future. I thought this was awesome. Thank you guys again so much. Mr. Holiday, Mr. 1,200 subscribers. Chris Mace, where can we find you, buddy?
Well, like I said, first off, thanks for having me on the show. I always have fun with all these videos. And like I said, when John debuts his episode of My Brother's Keeper next week, I'll be the guest. You'll see a different side of me. But pretty much that show is going to be about mental health awareness. You're going to see a different side of me than what you see on camera right now. You're going to be hearing a lot of stories that are true stories. So maybe in that aspiration will help out people who deal with bipolarism and different things of that nature. So I hope with that show, it helps other people who deal with bipolar, like I have for 21 years. I hope that does help other people learn that there is places to get help at and stuff like that. And Gary, like I said, I've done many conversations on wrestling discussions. Like I said, he helped me do the drawing on my channel. And then Colin, I've gotten to work with you for a long time now. Always fun times, always straightforward to the point. But like I said, if you want to follow me on my YouTube channels, the Holiday Chris Mace, and very humble donor, I have 1,400 subscribers. That's crazy and awesome at the same time. I hope to get, hopefully Colin gets his up to 1,000 subscribers. He does amazing work. So definitely got to check out all his videos. Always fun time with them. Some of them are short, sweet, to the point. Some of them are long form, but we're just blunt as hell, and we're going to say whatever's on my mind. That's the fun about this channel. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Christopher Mace. Like I said, support everybody from the NXT team. Go to my wrestling content list, my YouTube channel. You'll see all the newest episodes from everybody NXT. Support NoDQ.com.
All right. Thanks, guys, man. I appreciate it. This has been awesome. I hope the three of us can get together and do this again because this was super fun. Super fun. If you want to see more from me, you can follow me on my YouTube channel. If you guys are watching it through these guys' channel at the Cleaver Colin Andrew, I am up to 173 subscribers right now. So thank you very much. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm out doing Stephen and Jerry right now. This is crazy. These guys got me into it. So, but you can follow me on Twitter at NoDQ Colin Andrew. And you can follow me on Instagram at Colin26Andrew. You can follow Aftermatch Wrestling on YouTube. That's all one word, AFTERMATCH space wrestling. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them also at the same thing on Facebook. Aftermatch_wrestling on Instagram, and Aftermatch Rest, WREST, on Twitter. Both those pages are ran by your boy. And then you can support our good friend, the gentleman, Jerry Slaughter, his Facebook group, Armbar. That's all capitals, ARMBAR, exclamation point. You can follow them there for memes, discussions, soup, whatever. Support NoDQ.com. Support Noah Foster at Noah Foster 210 on YouTube. Gentlemen, thanks again for doing this. And until next time, this is Where's the Beef? Elimination Chamber, Episode 7. Y'all take care. And see you tomorrow for NXT and AEW.